All right, everyone, we're back for another episode of our Tales of the Valiant here with the Valiant Tribe. Tails as in, like, actual wagging tails. That was an accident on my behalf when I was submitting to Kobold Press, but I think it works out because pretty much every character may have a tail so far, which is kind of funny. In any event, we are back at it here with the Valiant Tribe as they have accidentally bumped or almost bumped into a gelatinous cube in its little jiggling hiding space back in the corner here. As per last 2 weeks ago episode, or however long it was, our party had ventured forth constructing a really great rowboat of some form thanks to Zix's amazing mechanical skills, and were able to travel upstream, but they did travel downstream at first and came across in the panic sounds from Zix what appears to be possibly two black dragons that are further down this waterway here, leading to wherever, who knows what the destination is or the end point here. But from the sounds of it, and maybe from, just the heritage of being a kobold, the sounds ran chills down poor Zix's spine, and there was a panic nature to go back upstream. So the party fought valiantly against this almost white waters. The water here is moving so quickly that it was hard to fight and get through. But they did manage to get to the next section here of land where we are currently at the moment. And having found a little space to potentially try and find a place to hide for the night, unfortunately Zix kind of stumbled into a gelatinous cube here that isn't too happy about being found out, and maybe wants to have a little snack and see what this is going on here. So we're going to jump right into combat here. So everyone, I'm going to need you guys to roll initiative, please, as I get the music going. All right, let's see here. Okay, and now we just need Zix to throw in for initiative as well.
No. Where the fuck is it? Oh, here. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Hey, we all win though. We're all ahead of the Gelatinous Cube.
I always roll shit for initiative. How do I always roll shit for initiative?
You're also fatigued.
Yeah.
Oh, so I should have rolled a disadvantage. Hold on.
In theory, it should have rolled it for you. But
Now I rolled normal
okay.
because I forgot.
Well, while Zix is rolling for the fatigued initiative.
I can't.
Okay. Don't worry
I'm
about
trying
it.
to roll normal, but
It's perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Well,
I'm
just
just
roll another d20.
okay. I did not.
Okay. So
Oh, that's been.
the 7.14 for initiative still stands. So as Zix goes and basically almost walks into the gelatinous cube here, you hear a splash coming from behind you. And out of the water comes like just a torrent of speed and unnatural animal-like abilities. Zorak dashes out of the water, having heard the direction you were all struggling, and was able to catch up with you all immediately. Oddly enough, as Zorak lands and both Zix and Terex look behind them, Haggett and Gorn have suddenly and seemingly disappeared. The only thought is that maybe they walked down the corridor here to investigate what's around the corner. Who knows? But unfortunately, they are not in this battle for today. So with that, we are going to begin combat here. And we're going to start with Zorak with a initiative roll of 23, Terex with a 19, Zix with a 7, and the Gelatinous Cube pulling up the end with a 4. All right, Zorak, you are up, as you can just make out the edges of a gelatinous cube here, threatening to engulf Zix.
Why are you always getting in those shit when I am not around?
That is a very good question.
And Zorak will wind up. He will wind up using bonus action and try try to strike the Gelatinous Cube.
Okay.
Another thing that wished to eat his companions, and they were worried that the Zorak will be the one eating them.
I know this wasn't intentional, but when you was started talking, my interest started to cut out.
Oh no.
I just find it funny.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh yeah, and forgot, but this isn't +1 great axe anymore.
Ah, all right. So we will take that down to
Because
a 14 then.
I had
All right. Let me update that real quick. And yes, unfortunately, that does hit the gelatinous cube. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so I were winding up, so that will be +2 to the damage. Nice, 17.
Okay. And let me just double check that real quick. 17 there. I think we may. Okay. Yeah, I think it was still getting the magical +1 bonus. It looks like.
Most likely because the Great Axe does have +1 in its name, so 16, still good.
Yeah. Okay, 16 points of damage. And let's see.
I
here.
took that when you went to the part. Now Terix only has magical weapon.
Okay, so minus 16. And the gelatinous cube, as you slice through it, it kind of almost like slicing a bit of jelly itself, cuts a big gash onto it, but then it starts to kind of slowly form back together. Not necessarily in an essence of regenerating itself, but just reforming as you attack and slice through. And that is everything for Zorak's turn. Terex, you're up with Zix on deck.
All right, would I be able to land a shot on that thing with them in the way? Because this is a large creature, right?
Yes, I would say sure. Since Zix is smaller, you could easily shoot over top of Zix and still be able to attack this thing without having to worry about any kind of bonuses.
Reminder, I'm the only small party member. Somehow.
All right, then I'll take a shot at it then from my position.
All right, go for it. Okay, and that definitely does hit with a 22. You pierce the gelatinous cube, dealing it. Ooh, look at that. 11 points of damage. Very nice.
And I'm going to Mystic Mark as well.
Okay.
So I'll deal another D4 damage to.
Okay. All right. Looks like everything is good there. All right. So, do you want to move, or are you good where you're at?
I'll maintain my position.
All right. Zix, you're up with the gelatinous cube on deck.
I have a question before I attack. Does it look like the cube has something inside of it?
At the moment, no. Maybe, random bits and bobs of skeletal remains or anything. Nothing major, like in the picture here. Like, nothing like a sword or a shield or anything of that nature. Looks like it might be a little
that was
hungry.
my main So, I'm gonna try to do something funny. First off, I'm just attacking with my rapier. Normal attack. So I lost pack tactics. Oof, I don't think that hits.
Yeah, no, that is not a hit with a... Or, no, actually, you know what? Hold up. That is a hit with a 7. 7 does indeed hit.
It is a hit?
Yep. These things got no AC.
Just barely.
Yep.
So my damage rolls are higher.
Ooh.
Nope.
Minimum damage for a total of 3, unfortunately. All
Can I
right.
use my own dice?
Right? That's a good
Yeah.
question.
Okay, and as a bonus action, I have a bag of holding.
Okay.
And I assume that while we are doing damage to it, it does somehow splatter. Can I try to get a sample of the gelatinous cube into the bag of holding?
I suppose. Yeah. I don't see why you couldn't.
Yeah, so as a bonus action, I use an object to use the bag of holding and get some of the gelatinous cube inside of it.
All right. Sounds good.
The problem is how I'm going to take it out.
Yeah, that is that's going to be a future Zix problem, as they say.
Yeah.
All right, so the end of the round for round 1 comes to the gelatinous cube as Zix turns comes to an end. Now, let's take a look at what the gelatinous cube can do. And if you could see me, I am greedily rubbing my hands together like a nefarious bad guy here, and taking a look at a couple of things it can do. So what it's going to do is it's going to use the engulf action and move forward to engulf both Zorak and Zix. So I'm going to need both of you guys to go ahead and roll. Whoops, let me get rid of one of those. Let's see here. Give me a dexterity save, both of you. Or
I
otherwise.
don't have disadvantage on saves, only on checks. If I remember correctly.
I don't quite recall myself.
Exhaustion level 1.
Oh, yeah, it's only on skill checks. Okay, so Zorak rolls a 10 and Zix rolls a 13. So Zix, you successfully avoid being absorbed into the gelatinous cube here. So let me go ahead and push you out of there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zorak, you get absorbed into the and engulfed into the gelatinous cube here. So, on a successful save, the creature can choose to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side of the cube. A creature that chooses not to be pushed suffers the consequences of a failed save. On a failed save, the cube enters the creature's space, and the creature takes 3d6 points of acid. 3d6 points of acid damage, and is engulfed. The engulfed creature can't breathe, so you are now technically in the drowning phase, although you would have held your breath. And then you take. There you go. Creature can't breathe, is restrained, and takes 6d6 acid damage on the start of each of the cube's turns. So you're going to initially take. Let's see here. 10 points of acid damage. You are restrained. And
Oh boy.
yeah.
Get him out.
What's your constitution score there, Zorak?
My constitution is 17 plus 3.
Okay, so that's more than likely very good amount for breathing and whatnot. Let me see here.
I don't think the problem is gonna be him holding his breath.
True.
It's going to be the 66 damage.
Yeah. How does Zorak, do you have like a racial ability for being able to hold your breath for a while, or is that just I'm thinking of something else possibly?
I think that not the one I chose. I think there was the option for the aquatic beast folk, but that was not something that I chose.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds here. Hold on. Okay, just had a cat technically knocking at the door to come in.
Ow, those cats.
All right, so the general rules for suffocating are that you can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your constitution modifier. Minimum of 30 seconds before suffocating begins. And then when a creature runs out of breath or is choking, it gains 1 exhaustion level at the end of each of its turns. When a creature can breathe again, it removes all of the levels of exhaustion it gained from suffocating. Okay.
Okay.
So with that in mind, that is the action for our Gelatinous Cube. It moves up and tries to engulf. It did get Zorak, and then luckily for Zix was able to move and dodge out of the way. Now the question is, Zix, did you want to go where you are now, or did you want to go to the side of the Gelatinous Cube?
If I can, I would go here.
Okay. All right, so that is the end of the Gelatinous Cube's turn. We now start the round with Zorak for round 2.
And actually, before my proper turn start, I wanted to use my reaction to the attack that Gelatinous Cube did to me to invoke my last stun. As I did get below half of my health.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cool, go for it.
Remember something.
So that will be...
Yeah, if you just, I think, you should be able to get the healing roll if you just click on the healing button in the chat window there.
Yes, I have that.
Okay.
Just wanted to ask because
shit.
in the last stand I can use hit dice up to the number equal to my proficiency bonus, which I have +2 now, which means that I can technically click the healing twice.
Okay.
But I add con modifier to the whole thing or to each dice separately.
Let's see here.
I believe it's the whole thing by the way
Yeah.
it's read.
Yeah, because it says all dice rolled, so you only get one use of the Constitution modifier added on.
So basically, I just roll 2d10 plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I forgot kind of about my ability, but I don't think it would work here because technically that wasn't an attack. Small but fierce.
Hmm.
I mean, that wasn't an attack.
All right, so Zorak, you're going to get 15 hit points back. There you go. All right, that's going to help out for a little bit.
Indeed. And I will try to get the hell out of this very not so tasty jelly.
Okay, so an engulfed creature can try to escape by taking an action to make a strength save or strength check. So I've thrown that into the chat window there, so you can go ahead and click on the strength save to try and get out of the Gelatinous Cube. Okay, you got a 15. That is that's exactly what you needed to be able to break free from this Gelatinous Cube here.
Yay.
So you get you go ahead and expel yourself. You can move to wherever you'd like to get out of there. And then do you want to stay where you're at, or do you want to move? Because you have a move action left, plus technically a reaction.
I will move back a little for now.
Okay.
But as his companions see that Gelatinous Cube first engulfed whole freaking crocodile of a man, then for this man to get out of this Gelatinous Cube panting like
You do not want to eat this jelly.
Okay, real quick.
and got behind his friend.
Before you move, the Gelatinous Cube is going to take a reaction, an attack of opportunity, to swipe at you with its pseudopod.
Okay.
All right, so it's going to go ahead and attack. And it's going to roll a total of a 6 plus for a total to an 11, which misses you as you scurry off behind Terex. And that is the Gelatinous Cube's attack of opportunity this round. All right, that is a move and an action. Terex, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna move as well. I'm gonna move a little bit further back.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna take a shot again at the gelatinous cube.
Go for it. Okay, and with an 11, you do indeed hit. Let's go ahead and roll damage. Alright, so that's going to be 8 more points of damage to the gelatinous cube, plus an additional 1. Oops, hold up, gotta fix that. -2, there we go. Alright, and anything else from Terex?
Nope, that is it for me.
Alright. How did we lose Zorak in the initiative there? That's weird. And what is going on here? Hold up here. Update combatant. Initiative. He was going first.
He had a 23, but yeah, 22 is good too.
Okay, perfect. There we go. All right, Zix, you're up with the gelatinous cube on deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna strike it. My rapier.
Okay. Ooh, base 16, total of a 20 for a dirty 20 here. That does certainly hit the gelatinous cube's AC.
Damage normal. Ooh, now we're doing damage.
There you go. 8 points of piercing damage to the gelatinous cube. Very good.
And I'm gonna move somewhat back, but not as much as Zorak,
Okay,
because Zix kind of wants to study this weird creature.
you got it.
Oh, you're gonna study it, all right.
So, once again,
Get it.
sorry, Zorak, what was that?
Basically, Zorak screaming, "Don't study it, just kill it."
Oh, true. Now that we're back to the bottom here of round 2 with the gelatinous cube again, it is going to move up and once again go for the engulf, moving 15 feet to catch both Zorak and Zix once again. I'm going to need both of you to roll dexterity saves for me, please.
I think I passed.
Oh yeah, you passed.
I'm gonna move down.
All right. Zorak? You're once again being absorbed by that jelly. Ooh, natural 20 for 23. And that is going to also allow you to push yourself out of the gelatinous cube's area as it tries to engulf you. All right, that is a failed action and movement by the gelatinous cube, ending its turn.
I don't think I can use my reaction now to hit it again.
Which reaction was that again?
Small but fierce.
Oh. I gotta remember.
Another creature you can see within 5 feet attacks you, can use your reaction to attack the creature immediately after.
I mean, technically it was an attack. It wasn't well. Let's see here. Or is it an action? Is it special or...
I don't think I would use this as an action, but it's worth checking. The DM.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's not an attack, but it is an action. So I guess that's the difference there.
So this ability is still useless.
Okay. So, top of round 3, Zorak, you're up. Terex on deck. Zix on deck.
Oh, Zorak is also no longer restrained.
Oh, right.
That's-
Yeah, let's get rid of that. Oops. Let's see here.
Hey, you have flanking now.
Yes, so you have advantage on the attacks, Zorak. Go for it.
Well then, winding up and striking again.
All right. Looks like with the advantage on the attack, you've rolled a 25, which definitely does hit the target. Go ahead and roll damage.
Very far. Okay, can I hurry up? Hide.
Oh, almost max damage. Nice. For a total of 17. Excellent. All right. That is Zorak. That's your turn unless you want to move.
I will stay where I am.
Okay. And Terex, you're up with Zix on deck.
I will move and provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I mean, you can attack with your sword just now and have advantage.
All right, so before you move...
I'm better off with the bow.
Okay.
Ooh, that's going to be a total of 21 to hit you. So it's going
That
to...
will hit.
Yep. And we're going to get, let's see here, a whole bunch of d6s coming in for 8 points of acid damage. And it looks like you have resistance to acid, I believe.
Yes, I do.
Ah, very good. So you only take 4 points of damage. All right, so you can go ahead and move. How fortuitous.
Especially for
Now
this
we'll
occasion.
fire a shot at the gelatinous cube.
Okay.
I don't think you're getting those arrows back, dude.
Yeah, no. 23 total to hit does indeed hit the gelatinous cube. Go ahead and roll damage, please. Ooh,
This was Pathfinder will be critting like crazy.
and that's going to be a total of 12 for the arrow and 1 for the hunter mark that you applied.
Right.
And the gelatinous cube is dead. Hooray!
Oh, thank God.
Hey!
All right.
Yeah, I knew that thing for no AC had to be a bucket of HP.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course. Because Jello is so scary.
And with that, the
Now
gelatinous
I have
cube...
to-
Oh, go ahead,
Sorry.
Zork.
Sorry.
Great, now I have to clean my axe from this shit.
True. And
I
as
have better idea.
and as that happens, the gelatinous cube kind of just deflates a little bit and starts to pull out ever so slightly. What would you guys like to do next?
Let's search through its remains, see if there's any coins or anything.
Okay. So now that you've had a chance to look at this thing, you do happen to see something within the remains of the corpse of the gelatinous cube. And it's not too hard to see now that you had a chance to, actually...
Is that the goddamn ring?
Yeah, no. It's actually studded leather armor that you see in inside of it, and some gold that's suspended inside of the creature. If you take a quick look, you're going to see roughly 20 pieces of gold suspended in the creature, along with the studded leather armor that's floating inside of it.
It's weird that this armor didn't dissolve.
Yeah, it's really peculiar, isn't it?
Hmm.
We'll take the armor.
Can I take a look at this armor?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll an Arcana check or whatever else you want.
No, I don't need to.
True. With your skills, yeah, you're easy.
Yeah, Eyes of the Maker.
Yep. With that, you're able to easily tell that this is magical armor. In fact, it's studded leather armor +1.
Yeah. Oh, that shit is magic. I just say.
Okay, so in the group loot, which you guys should see in the characters tab, I've dropped the studded leather armor in there, and as you pick out through everything, there's 20 gold in there, so you guys can divvy that out however you'd like.
Huh.
Can you see the Valiant Tribe character, or not?
Yeah, but I just realized something.
What's that?
Because basically everyone has, with the ratio, at least 13 as AC, but me. I don't have a ratio for armor. Only I would get any real benefit from wearing that armor because studded leather gives 13 plus dex.
Right.
Studded leather plus 1, that gives 13 plus dex. So everyone else already has a better version of it. And I use medium armor. It's useless to us.
Oh no.
Well, no, I think I could use studded leather.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get anything from it. So there is, I think, 13 AC plus your dex bonus.
Well, that's a good question, actually. So let's see. Skills here.
I'm just wearing leather armor right now,
Yeah.
which is
Don't you have
11 AC
the-
plus my dex.
Don't you have the Kobold trait that allows you to... Yeah, Dragonkin. You have natural
No.
AC of 13 plus dex.
No, I don't. I didn't go that route.
Which route did you go? Because I have you down as Dragonkin,
Yeah.
which gave you the acid resistance. Ooh. Should your AC be a little higher? Let's see something.
It might not be because I'm wearing leather armor.
Okay. Let's
The
see.
armor is holding you back.
All right. Well, with Dragonkin, you should have 13 plus your Dex mod, and your Dex modifier is what? +4.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have 17 from your Dragonkin, and then if we look at your leather armor, that like Zix was saying, it's a AC plus Dex mod. So yeah, I guess I must have marked you down having your Dragonkin, or maybe the Dragonkin overwrit the armor, possibly.
I mean... For base, I don't think it would have really mattered.
Well, I mean, just take it with you guys anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
just
can sell
sell
it.
it.
Yeah. Zorak definitely do not need it, seeing as he has his natural armor.
Yeah, the Zorax's natural armor as well.
Only I use armor in this whole freaking group. But anyway, Six is gonna try to use the Gelatinous Cube he has gotten in the bag of holding given by Terix and try to extract it into vials from his alchemist kit to have basically acid grenades.
A potion of gelatinous cube. You drink it for acid damage.
Throw it for acid damage. Just vials that say do not drink. Can I do that? Hello?
What's that?
I was going to use some parts of my alchemist kit to get the acid from bag of holding into some vials.
Yeah, I don't see why you
I
couldn't
have
do that.
a vial from the potion of healing, for example, that I think so I can just put it in said vial and other vials I have presumably within the kit, and I have some acid grenades. I don't know their power. I don't know how many. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, let's take care of collecting that acid from the gelatinous cube then first, and then the other stuff we can talk about too.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll some kind of a tinkerer's check there. I mean, more than likely, you can easily collect this. It's just going to take some time because of
Not alchemists supplies. Check.
probably, yeah, alchemist supplies. Sure.
I'm proficient in that. But this check is a disadvantage. But I do get a D8 at the end of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh right, yeah, the disadvantage. Okay.
And wow.
All right, so with disadvantage,
What
the base,
about them disadvantage?
the base roll was a 16 total, and then adding on your tinkerers,
24.
yeah, total of 24 here. So even in your exhausted state, you're able to collect a good amount of samples here. I'd say easily you could collect 2 vials of this stuff without any issue.
Just gonna add vials of acid into inventory. Consumable. New item.
Yeah. All right. What
Vial of acid.
does everyone else want to do? You have a couple options here.
Well,
Go ahead.
we were going to try to take a rest here, I believe, so that people could get rid of their exhaustion levels.
Yeah.
That's why we checked out this cave, because it was like, oh, look, we can take a rest here. Little did we know.
I mean, now you can.
Now I show you.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
did you want to try to rest here?
I think we should.
all right. So you guys want to attempt and take a long rest then?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
By the way, here there should have been a boat right around here.
Yeah. Yep. It's tied off thanks to Haggett's thoughts there. He tied off the raft, so it's still more or less anchored to the shore there.
Yeah, I used my python too.
So what are your thoughts going forward from here?
We could take the boat and make it a door.
Oh, I see. Yeah, technically you could do that. Is that what you guys want to do? Is drag the raft up and block off the area?
Yeah, at least
Yeah, we could do that.
at least you will be somewhat protected.
Okay. All right. Yep. No problem then. You guys can easily drag that up. Everything seems to be pretty quiet for the time being, and you block off the area, and hunker down for I guess a long rest, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Uh,
You guys just hanging out in.
I doing that to wake us up if something that looks dangerous comes by.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do you guys want to do any kind of a watch, or are you setting up any kind of a fire? I don't know if you can make a fire. I don't think that's possible.
I don't think we have the supplies for it.
We could use up our torches, but I don't think we should. I mean, we're not skipping watch. We should be
The
okay.
only one who would really need a torch anyways is Zorak.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Wingnut, here, having overheard everything, says, he goes, "Okay, I will stand watch while you all rest, and I will scream out in pain if something seems like it's going to come in and attack you." So he continues to stay out in the area here and kind of mills about, watching and acting as sentry for you.
So I guess we're taking a rest. I need to take off my armor though.
Okay.
The only minus of having armor. Take it off for a rest.
And just for the fun of it, I'm going to put a door roughly there for you. So you can't see anything that might be outside. Okay. So
Not
everyone's...
if I don't open the door.
What's that?
Not
Oh,
if I don't open the door.
True. That is very true. All right, so everyone is just resting. No one's going to stand up watch or whatever to protect or stand
I'll
guard.
rest.
Well, we have someone who is going to be a guard, so
Okay. So you got Wingnut out there. All right.
yeah.
So let's see here. Let me roll some dice and see what happens. Oh, that's a 20. Oh dear.
Now I'm nervous.
Is that a dragon?
You got that. We got it. So we had a 5, a 9, a 7, a 20, and a 2. And a 13. Okay. So. About 8-9 hours go by, and nothing appears to have happened. Wingnut hasn't made any kind of sounds or alerts, and you guys wake up more or less feeling refreshed. So go ahead and give yourselves the long rest.
I give my shield. And I'm gonna use the shard of creation to give myself my my hand crossbow.
Okay. Okay, so you guys go ahead and remove the door that you fashioned here. All right. So sliding the door out of the way, you see Wingnut is still around and pipes up. He's like, "Ah, it's good to see that you have woken up. I had heard some interesting and strange noises coming from the east." And he kind of makes a motion towards the right side of the caverns from whence you came. Sounded like...
They sound like dragons.
I've never encountered dragons, but that may have been the noise. I'm not entirely sure, but nothing came close, so I am pretty certain we are safe. Shall we continue on?
I remember something. Yeah, I mean we could. Just looking around. Where are the other two?
I have not seen them. They ventured off somewhere and disappeared, and they have not come back.
You don't suppose they went back to the dragons, do you?
No, that would be stupid. Gon is smarter than that. so just gonna slowly creep forward, trying to hug the wall.
Okay. Zorak, yourself? There you go. Let's see here. Luckily, this side of the wall here is pretty decent size, and you don't have to worry too much about skirting through or losing your footing here, and you are, in fact, able to kind of make your way through here to find yourselves at an empty alcove, it looks like. As you peek down in here, Zix, you're seeing nothing of interest, sadly, here.
Are we sure there isn't another gelatinous cube here?
Well, you could give me a perception roll if you'd like.
You know what? I'm gonna.
All clear.
There is nothing here.
With a 7, it is all clear. But as you...
Well, that's the problem. It's all clear.
Yes. Good point, good point. So, Terex and Zix, you can see this. Zorak, not necessarily, unfortunately, due to the hampering of the torchlight you have going on. But you can see that the tunnel does continue on and does proceed to open up a bit as you look down this further down the waterways here as the water comes rushing from west to east.
It's past this narrow corridor, though.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to need any sort of roll to make it?
Well, you could give me a survival check if you want to see how potentially treacherous this looks.
I have a small idea. We could pass through here.
Yeah, you're pretty certain it looks pretty clear. You could probably squeak by that little narrow section and continue on.
Yeah, pay no mind to the tail. Let's try to sneak past there.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. Well, I said I don't want to metagame, but I think Zix would be kind of scared. But since you made no lie, kinda. Just remember to hug the wall.
Yep. As you guys hug the wall and venture down the tunnel here, you hear the rushing sounds of water start to slow and dissipate a bit. It actually got more quick the further east you traveled. It seems like as you get to this end here, we're going to transition to the next map. So let me grab you guys real quick. All right.
Oh yeah, Fungal Garden, that band that sung that Chicka Cherry Cola song.
Is everyone here at the new scene?
Yeah.
Okay. So for Zix and Terex, you guys can see a vast open area here. The water slows drastically as you come into this area of an open pool here. Up to the north, you can see that there is a bit of water moving that way, and there is some kind of a... you might not be able to fully see it, but you can hear like a small, maybe potential vortex of water being sucked out. You can also see, more or less right around here, Zix and Terex, that there is a bucket of water, so to say, that and a rope of some sorts fashioned to be dipped into this water, and it's currently residing in the water itself. looking across the way, you can see that over on the land here, there is a series of mushrooms all growing here. A few of them are glowing themselves. And so with that, the coursing river pools into a wide swirling pond. Purple mushrooms stand in the shallows and spread across the cave floor like a carpet, atop which are heaped piles of compost.
So this is a bucket.
Yes, somewhere out there, roughly about there, is a bucket.
Dear God.
If you remember correctly, you can probably make the connection that that's the bucket that the town was using to get fresh water from.
So that means that the Crimson Bloom is here.
Yes, it does seem that
So
way.
we are basically in the well.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I have
As well that
last
I've
vial of the antidote, and I don't want to use it prematurely.
Yes, and Wingnut comes flying through the area here. He goes, "Yes, look, we are here. I will need to take time and set up the water purifier, but we must make sure that the area is clear of any dangerous foes."
So, how do we get to the other side?
That's a good question.
Swim.
Yep. You could swim. You could backtrack and tow the raft up. You could try and run and jump across. It's up to you.
I'm gonna swim it.
Okay, so anyone that wants to swim across, I'm going to need a athletics check.
Would it be possible for Zorok to throw Zix over?
That's a really good question, actually.
I mean, by definition, my character is small.
I don't see why not, honestly.
Sorry, I rolled wrong.
I may have one of the heaviest armor in this group, but it's still medium armor. So it's not that heavy.
I mean, shoot, between the
Wait.
Go ahead.
Go first.
I was going to say, between you and Terex, Zorak, I'm sure you could both be able to potentially, heave him across the way with some assistance there by Terex,
So is it the time to eat the kobold?
I guess that's how willing Zix is to be yeeted.
The what now?
Well, either you land in the water, or you land across. Win-win. Come here.
Wait. Yes, you grab the
And Zorok going to grab Zix and eat him over the water.
All right.
Get
Terex,
his legs, you get his arms.
there you go. All right, so go ahead and do this at advantage. You can give me an athletics check to yeet Zix across. Now, Zix, are you expecting this, or are you fighting it because you're being accosted? What's happening here?
Well, Zix didn't expect this, to be sure.
Okay.
But I don't think he catches on what's going on until it's too late.
All right. With the surprise, I was going to raise the DC for this throw, but because of the 18, that's more than enough to get Zix yeeted across to like right here, right on the edge of the other side.
What?
And bloomp, you are currently prone as you have been thrown across because you were not expecting this.
Ouch.
Terex, we'll take that 21.
That's the point for the fungi killers.
Exactly. Terex, we'll take that 21 you rolled for your athletics check there. So you swim across without any trouble. And then Zorok. Okay, yes. Easily enough, you can swim across with your movement there. So you can get to the other side as well, no problem. Although the...
Zorok will
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the torch. Will be he able to keep his axe above the water so the torch does not go off?
Well, I guess that depends on what you want to do with it. You could throw the torch across. You could try and swim with it, but if you're going to swim with it, then I'm going to need another disadvantage skill check. Or you could just put it out.
I'm gonna
To
try.
throw it.
I'm gonna try and Stormbreaker throw it across the water.
All right. Go ahead and give me another athletics check to throw that torch across. Yeah, that's good enough.
Oh god.
Who's
Yep.
he hitting?
With a 12, it like lands right next to your feet, Terex. And Zorak, you're able to go ahead and swim directly across.
I was thinking it was gonna lodge itself into the mushroom right above Zix.
Right?
Okay, so I think there was technically one guy here that we shouldn't probably kill. But if it's too much problem, we could kill. But whatever.
So as you guys are walking around here, you do notice that there are a variety of different mushrooms in here. There are also mushrooms right along the shore of the water. So you have like tall stemmed purple mushrooms that grow in the water along the shoreline. Their caps, oddly enough, are growing similar to like lily pads as you're looking around here and exploring this area a bit. You also have some of the bigger ones over in this area here that range in sizes from dainty, thin, stalked ones to hulking holoplex that the mycelids use to build their homes. And as I said before, up into the northern section here, the water swirls into like a bit of a vortex that seems to be dumping out somewhere else. So the water's coming in somewhere, but it's also slowly going out at the north and slowly, quickly exiting out through the east as well.
I'm gonna ask,
Yes.
are there any mushrooms that look like the spore bloom mushrooms on the zombies here?
Give me a nature check here. Or survival. Which one do you want? Nature? Actually, I'll give you it here. Click.
Nature.
All right, go ahead and click the nature. Okay. With a 22, you can see that all of these mushrooms here look pretty run-of-the-mill for what you're expecting. Nothing looks like it would be toxic or potentially infecting the water systems that you saw before when you first entered into Holgig. So you're pretty sure that these are just the mushrooms that these mycelids use on a daily basis.
Yeah, I'm gonna point it out that it's kind of weird that we don't see any of the spore bloom mushrooms here that were affecting the people.
Well, we need to keep looking for the elder.
Yeah, I'm gonna just slowly creep forward. Apparently, I am the tank now. Oh? I see a way here.
Yeah, so as you weave your way through these, piles of compost here and whatnot, you get closer to the center here, and as you do, one of the compost piles begins to move. And as it moves, you can see that it is indeed a mycelid who begins yammering into your brains and just talking crazily. He's like, I gotta take care of my people, but the people are all infected, and I gotta and just constantly gibbering nonsense into your mouth or into your minds and what have you. He goes, they're here to take the mushrooms. I can't let them have my mushrooms. My mushrooms are sacred. They're holy. They're gonna infect everything. Gotta protect the mushrooms.
Can I just use my action to open his mouth, bonus action to dump the potion? into
Well,
his mouth.
as you do that and you move closer to him, he goes, "You stay away from me," and goes to attack. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
I just want it to be one and done. Oh shit. I do fast. Wait, what?
What? Who? What?
Okay, Zarok.
What?
Give me a minute.
Okay, let's see here. Going into combat. All right, everyone's rolled initiative here.
Indeed, this time Zerg is up.
Oh, I need one quick thing here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll just try to remember. Okay, so, Terex. You begin combat here, and as a reminder, the people of the people who are ruled by Enoch are hoping that you can detain him without killing him. They're really hoping that you can, capture him and bring him back in alive so he can be healed and return to normalcy here. Just as a reminder, because it's been a while since you guys were visiting that quick Mycolid town.
Alright, so rather than using my bow, I'm going to attempt to restrain him.
Okay.
Ah, shit, I forgot to.
How would I go about doing that?
It would be a contested roll here of athletics. Your athletics versus his athletics or acrobatics.
Since he's flanked, do I get advantage?
Sure. Why not? Well, that's a
Natural 20.
natural 20 for a 21. Let's see here. I need to do a dex or strength. We'll go with a strength here. Normal. Oh yeah. With a 10, he easily is subdued by you. And you have him currently grappled, but not restrained. So you'll need to spend another action to try and restrain him. Let's see.
Alright then. Well, at least he's grappled, so we can tie him off and pour a potion down his throat.
I'm gonna do that now. Just action, open his mouth. Bonus action, use an object in action, pour the potion down his throat.
Okay. So, Zix, that's your turn. You're going to go ahead and try and forcibly feed him this liquid,
Yeah.
which was the cure that you guys had used to cure yourselves of the taint, right?
Yeah, I said that. Well, to be honest, I did say to them that even if it was a potion that cured us out of the taint, it worked on us, and we did not know how it was gonna work on them. But I said I would use it,
Okay.
so I do that.
All right. So go ahead and give me. Let's see here. What kind of a check would we do? Because he is clearly delirious and out of his mind. So he is fighting you, probably thinking you might be trying to poison him. As you hear, like,
Dexterity check.
yeah, some kind of a dexterous. So maybe like a sleight of hand check. Give me a sleight of hand.
I should be good with those. Yes. Oh no, it's just +2. Do I have advantage because he's grappled?
Okay. Because I am going to be mean about this, I'm going to use my doom point that I have for this encounter and give you disadvantage for applying this potion to him. So because he's flanked, and I'm using my Doom point, you can have this at regular.
Okay.
Okay, 12. So he's going to roll dexterity to try and avoid it.
Wait.
And
No,
go ahead.
because it would still be no, because shard could give me advantage, but it still cancels out.
Yeah. It's only 1-to-1, no stacking. All right, normal. And okay, so with the 9, he does fail to avoid being administered this potion, and sure enough, he fights, and Terex has got him grappled, and you are able to feed him the majority of the potion, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. All right, so that's Zix's turn.
Yeah.
All right, up next, out of the water and erupting like an explosion had happened, the Odiug from before joins the combat
Oh
and
no!
Oh no.
comes into play here. But before that happens, I forgot. Before Zix, you were able to actually get into administering it. There was a lair action that needs to happen. So I need to do that real quick here. Let's see here. And yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So Enoch points into a direction, and a 20-foot cube here, which I'm going to put a little measuring section. That should be 20-foot cube.
Uh-oh.
The two of you, all of a sudden, let's see here. The mushrooms start to shake in this area, and a whole slew of spores start to choke the area. I'm going to need the two of you to make Constitution saves for me, please. Go ahead and click the button in the
It's
chat
the
window.
skull bloom. I think I have advantage on con saves. No, not advantage. Proficiency in con saves. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That was going to really mess things up. Zorak, go ahead and give me the Constitution roll, please. You hit the chat window request there. Okay, so
Oh no.
Aim.
luckily for me, this works out perfectly well. So the spores come out, and all of a sudden, Zorak, you are just hit with this choking fit that you are unfortunately incapacitated until your next turn. So you lose your whole round here. Zix, you're able to actually luckily avoid the spores and don't get choked out, and your turn still stands of administering the potion to Enoch.
And I thought my father's smoking was bad.
All right, so that's the lair action
forgot
here.
to give us magic weapons. Damn.
And then the Odiug comes splashing out and goes into attack here. So let me just double check what I've got going on here. And that's got a reach of what? Oh, perfect. Okay. So the Odiug comes sliding up here and then targets Terex with one of its attacks. Let's see here. How many attacks do I have? Okay. So it's going to go in and attack you, Terex, with its tentacle slam here. Or not tentacle slam, but an tentacle attack. And that's going to be a total of 16 to hit. Which,
That's a miss.
yes, luckily that is a miss. And then goes in for another tentacle attack. And that is going to be a total of 12. Okay. So that's both of the attacks. The Odiug then finishes its move, backing up a little bit, probably because it had swam up here and exploded out of the water and can't really do too much else. All right, that's the end of the Odiug's turn. Enoch is up next. And Enoch begins to calm down. And suddenly the jabbering voices in all of your heads there finally starts to come to a slow pace here and starts to slow down. Everyone, go ahead and give me insight checks to see what you think. Zorak, you're at disadvantage right now because of the incapacitation of the coughing fit.
Insight. On the side.
Disadvantage. Okay, let's see.
Oh, ow.
Well, damn.
Well, damn!
Even with your coughing fit, between Terex and Zorak here, you both are pretty confident that with the lessening of the voice, the yammering voice in your head, the crazedness, you're pretty sure that Zix's application of the potion is indeed working. So I guess the question is, Terex, do you want to let go of Enoch?
Yes, we need to focus on the Otyug.
Okay. So, with that, you let go of Enoch. And let me see here.
He was sure the potion was gonna work, he just didn't know.
Enoch kind of pushes past you, Zix, and starts to stumble off into a random direction here. And hasn't really gotten his wits about him just yet, but isn't attacking anyone right now, and is just kind of seemingly coming to. All right.
Okay.
Zorak, it's your turn, and unfortunately, because of the incapacitation and the spores, you are coughing up and lose this turn. We go to the top of round 2. Terex, you're up with Zix on deck.
I'm going to fire my bow at the Otyug.
Okay. Shoot her!
He
Nope,
didn't shoot
apparently
her.
Okay, that is a 9. Do you want to... I see you have some luck points. Do you want to apply any luck points, or do you want to just take the miss?
I'll take the miss and get the luck point.
All right, go ahead and give yourself +1. And then...
Rear roll now. Do you wanna move somewhere?
Oh, there we
Maybe
go.
away?
Yeah. You have a move action you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to move back.
All right, sounds good. Okay. Let me double check one thing real quick here. Okay. All right, so that is Terex's turn. Zix, you're up with the Odiog on deck.
Okay, I had an idea.
Oh, actually, before you get into that, on initiative count 20, this is where I forgot.
Okay.
Enoch gets to, the lair gets to go. And let's see here. You see a puff of smoke erupt around Enoch, and suddenly their mushroom skin starts to like harden up. And that's it for this round. Okay, go ahead, Zix. You can continue on.
So, I have those vials of acid. Yes?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
As a bonus action, I wanna try to tie one to a crossbow bolt and then as an action shoot the Otyag with the acid arrow.
Sure. Go for it. I know you got that ability to interact on a bonus action now.
Yeah. Just gonna level the crossbow and say, "Eat this!"
Okay.
So. Normal.
Ooh, that is a 7, and unfortunately is a miss. So,
I don't think there is a splash damage.
no, the arrow goes zinging off, and you hear it kind of like plink into the water, sadly.
Okay.
The load was off balance. That was a problem.
Fair enough.
Very true.
Okay, I'm gonna try to this and try to stand between Terix and Odiotia because I know he's a better shot.
Okay. All right, so you're done moving?
Yeah.
All right. So up next is the Odiog with Enoch on deck and Zorak on deck. All right, so the Odiog comes trampling through and pushing and destroying some of the mushrooms here and goes in to attack you, Zix, since you're the first one there.
Oh. Then I can use my reaction to make an improvised weapon attack.
All right, go for it.
And I have the crossbow in my hand, so I'm just gonna roll strength to hit it with the butt of the weapon.
Sounds good. Well, you said it's an improvised attack, right?
Yeah, I already said it's an improvised attack because my hand crossbow and just when someone's coming at you, you don't have time to reload and it's just a strike.
Yeah. So go ahead and give just roll your strength check. Are we proficient with improvised weapons, or is that you don't get the proficiency? I don't remember.
I think we do.
I don't think you get the proficiency, do you?
I think in base D&D you do with unarmed strikes, but not improvised weapons. Anyway, 15 to hit.
Okay. 15 does hit. So go ahead and roll your damage.
No, it's 1 plus 1.
Oh, so it's just the 1 point of damage?
Yeah.
So
No, 2, because I have plus 1 strength.
Okay. There we go. All right, so you come in and you just give it a quick old jab, like hit it with the
Unless
butt.
you want to treat it as a club, then 1d4.
Well, it is your you made this from your shard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll 1d4.
1d4 plus 1.
Sure. 3. There we go. All right, so now with
Better
that,
than 2.
yep, with that out of the way, the Odia comes in and reaches for you with its tentacles. So it's going to attack the first time. And that's going to be a base 19, total of 25
Yeah, but that
to hit.
hits.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So you are, let's see here. If the target is medium or smaller, it is grappled. So you are now officially grappled by the Odiog.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and throw that grappled on you. And then it's going to make a second tentacle attack. Oh, I got to roll damage, too. Forgot that part. For 14 points of damage against you, Zix.
Okay, you apparently didn't target me, so I could have applied it.
Right, I got you. All right, comes in
Yeah.
for the next attack.
Almost half health.
And that is, that is a 22 to hit total.
Yeah, that hits.
Yep. More damage. For an additional 8 points of damage. And then comes in with you in its grasps, goes in for a bite attack. With a 14.
That doesn't hit.
Luckily, that is a miss on the bite attack, because that probably would have been terrible.
That was
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me be clear. I'm not getting out of this grapple. No way, no how.
All right, so that is the end of the Odiog's turn with Zix grappled. Up next is Enoch, and Enoch comes about, shakes his head, and he goes, "Thank you, heroes, for saving me. I must return the favor," and just comes charging in and goes in to attack the Odiog. Let's see here. So we'll do this here, and we'll make the.
It's just like, you idiot, we were sent here to get you out alive.
True. That is going to be a total of 17 to hit, and it comes in whacking versatile damage. For a total of 26 points of damage to the Odiog. And the Odiog yipes in pain as Enoch whacks it. And Enoch, you can hear him grumbling like, this stupid Odiog annoyance. Gotta get rid of this thing once and for all. Zorak, you are up.
I see an opportunity for flanking.
Yeah.
Let's get rocks for the dinner.
And Zorg is going to attack the big fishy frog.
All right.
Don't forget to wind up.
I will, of course, wind up. Are we in the current position flanking with Zeke?
Yes. I mean, because of how big the creature is, even if you were over here, I would still count that as flanking with Zix.
I mean, it doesn't matter that that thing held me in the air.
Yeah.
We're still flanking it.
All right, 26 to hit does indeed hit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to deliver link. That was reading through.
Okay, 16 points of damage. Oops. Did it not go through? That should have gone through. Okay, your hit does connect, and you can see that this Odiog is on its last legs here. It's in critical condition. Anything else?
Die.
Yeah. All right, end of round 2. We go to the top of round 3 with Terex. You're on deck with the lair on deck, or deck, and then Zix on deck.
All right, I will attempt to finish off the Zodiac then with my longbow.
Shooter! Okay, 18. That is definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. All right, and
And
with
just
that,
to make sure, I'm going to Mystic Mark.
okay. For an additional 1 point of damage. And with that, the Odiog is officially dead.
And I'm out of the grappled condition.
Hooray! Yes, you get dropped onto your feet as the grapple is released, and the Odiog just kind of ends and dies.
For good measure, I poke him with the eye with the rapier. How dare it have more eyes than me?
This is a good point. And as the combat comes to a close here, Enoch, coming to his senses, thanks you all for the assistance. He goes, "Yes, I've been crazed from the water sources here. Someone tainted the water recently, and we've been waiting for a fix for this. I believe a Kyla or Kylana. What was her name? She was supposedly bringing something here, but her buddy did not stop by anytime soon. Her companion."
Yes, Barry, and I point at Wingnut.
Yes, and as that wingnut comes over and says, "Yes, I have what you're looking for, Enoch," and he, without even waiting, just begins to go to work, establishing the device and starts purifying the water. And with that, Enoch thanks you all. He goes, "Yes, with that water purifier in place, I'm sure everyone will be able to recover from their madness or whatever other conditions. Those, from what I remember, some of the people at Holgig Village were already suffering and may have turned, though they may be possibly still be able to be saved, but beyond that, I'm not quite
Nope.
sure."
Zix just says no.
Well, in any event, we must get back to my people and return everything back to normalcy now that everything has been established here and completed. Is there anything else you guys would like to do now that Enoch has been secured?
Can I say, search the Otiak we were fighting?
Yeah, you can search the Odiog.
Yeah. I mean, the thief could be used for arrows, for example, or something else. So when I loot it. And maybe there's something an artificer or a mechanist would find useful. Oh damn, it was so close to the... You know what? I'm gonna add a d6 from my shard.
Okay. All right, so your
Yeah, 15.
check on the Odiug with a total of 15. You know, you look it over, and from the outside, you're pretty certain that whatever this creature had was probably back at its lair. You know, you had collected the bag there, and you didn't really find anything else. So very sure that there's nothing else inside of this creature that it may have accidentally eaten. They pretty much stick to just eating actual food, unlike the Gelatinous Cube. So you feel very confident that this creature itself doesn't have anything.
I guess while we're here, I'll ask Enoch if there's a safe passage back to the village.
Well, now that I am free of the madness from this curse and this plague, I'm sure that we can clear the rubble here that leads back to my village and be able to get back to town quickly. It'll take some time to clear the rubble, but otherwise we'll have to go through the riverways and, climb up through the hole there from the garbage chute.
By the way,
Well,
did you
it's
know
kinda-
that there
it's a-
were dragons down that river?
Oh yes, we are very aware of the dragons that are inhabiting the area down that way. And that's why we don't go very much further down than the dump site.
The six is just gonna kind of jump and muff. I told him.
So if you'd like, Enoch will telepathically connect with his people, and everyone will start getting to work to clear the path over here. If you want to wait, it'll take some time, but they'll be able to get through.
Would it take 2 weeks?
I think it's about that time. Yeah, I think it's going to take about 2 weeks.
Well, I guess we don't have much choice now.
Yeah. So Enoch goes over here, starts communicating with his people, and he comes back. He's like, "Yeah, this is we got some Union people here. It's going to take about 2 weeks. So we will catch you all guys in 2 weeks from when we hopefully continue our Tales of the Valiant game here." Now, on top of that, you all level up to level 3.
Yeah.
But we all know that
He
unions are
is.
the real heroes.
Yeah, me.
Now, before we end, is there anything else you guys want to
Zarok
do
is
here? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zorak.
Zarok is the hero for throwing you over.
There you go. Is there anything else you guys want to do before we exit out of the game here?
Nothing I can think of.
Oh, not really. We are still, I think, recording?
Yes, at the moment.
Okay. I gotta just talk to you after the recording.
Okay. All right. So if there's nothing else, we will end the game here. All right. So thanks everyone for playing, and anyone else that is watching for the game. We will see you guys hopefully in 2 weeks when we continue on with our Tales of the Valiant here, and the Valiant Tribe. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Tales of the Valiant with the Everside Questers Bravo team. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and drop a like, throw a comment in the comment section, and subscribe to see more crazy antics and other adventures for the group here. If you want to see more campaign antics and silliness from my group and our campaigns in any TTRPG that we offer here on the channel, go ahead and click on one of these links here and enjoy yourselves. Until then, we'll see you next time.